Day 9, Fact 9. Today we'll understand planets and how the ancients knew about the planets. Um, the ancients knew it because they were scientists too. The only thing is, um, the observations that they made uh, tend to be inclined towards explaining the meaning of life rather than just being an observation. They knew the planets because they looked at the stars. As I said before, there was no light pollution, so they could see miles and miles and scores of stars in the night sky. And they noticed as the days goes by, all the stars remain in the same constellation, same positions, but there were some stars that tend to move from the east to the west. And that's why the Greek or the Romans, I don't know whom, called it planets or planeters, meaning wanderers, because they wandered in the night sky. There were 5 of them, very prominent ones: Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. These 5 are visible to the naked eye when you look up at the sky. So there were 5 planets. Some scriptures, like Hindu scriptures, say there are 9 planets corresponding to the 9 planets science said till 2000s. Now it's just 8 planets because Pluto was chucked out. They say it's 9 because they consider Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, 5 planets, the Sun, the Moon, the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and that makes the 9 planets. That's Graha. They call it the Graha, something like that, which may not directly translate to planets, but it's some sort of thing that they say impacts life, like the positions of the planet when you're born or when you're going to do something that affects how it goes. A person like me, I don't believe in that because it's just the positions of planets, but many people do. And until and unless the belief in that system does not affect others, I won't say a thing. But if you're going to say that to me, well, I will not listen to you. Well, that's controversial, so let's not get into that. So ancients knew because they watched the night sky. They were observers, they were scientists, they recorded it meticulously for years, several years, to come to know when the planets would reach a certain position in the sky. And that's how they came up with the weather, with the seasons, and that's how they did the calculations. So we should not be wondering and we shouldn't be astonished at how the ancients did it. We should be appreciating them that they did all the calculations and they were able to do those. We are now learning about it, and the thing is, the Europeans, as I said before again, they were able to shout it out loud. They made societies, they had peer-reviewed literatures, and they put in paper. Like everybody came together and said, okay, this thing works. While in other cultures, they did not listen to those scientists and observations, saying that it may relate to something other than just being planets rotating in the night sky. And that's what made all the difference in the world. So all the cultures together, actually, they had made these observations. Every culture you find, the huge civilizations, they're always centric towards the star positions and the planet positions. But it was only the Europeans who made it a system to disseminate observations, information, and to prolong or to make it more scientific, if I may. And that was what the difference was. And that is the fact for today. So see you tomorrow for fact 10, which should be interesting, but I don't know what it is yet. See ya.